some really interesting and shocking developments last night on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome back to Forever Talk Wrestling. I am here to talk about last night's Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm David Hoyle and we're about to go through everything that happened last night on Monday Night Raw. Now, the most shocking thing that happened out of everything that happened last night was Mustafa Ali saying, looking like he was the leader of Retribution. Now, I understand over that on the Mustafa Ali issue with Retribution. Now, we knew that he was going to have a match with MVP, like literally in the show, and it came on really late, the match, and that match really, like, right after it, MVP and Mustafa Ali looks like they were going to take on Retribution, but then Mustafa Ali went over to the leaders and said take them out. So then Retribution completely took out the Hurt Business, and Mustafa Ali looks like he is the leader of Retribution. That was really, really shocking. So, what's going to happen now? What's next for both Mustafa Ali and Retribution? We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen there. So, yeah. Okay, the next match, it was last night. We did have a title match for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, this match was supposed to be at Clash of Champions last week, but Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax were both not cleared by a WWE medical staff, so they couldn't really do their match against the Riot Squad, but they had their match against the Riot Squad last night, and the Riot Squad pretty much got destroyed by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax winning their titles back thanks to Shayna Baszler and the Coquina Clutch, which made Ruby Riott tap out to see that Baszler and Jax retained their tag team championship. So they continue as the women's tag team champions, and also there was a bit of something between three people last night for the 24/7 championship. Now apparently it looked like R-Truth was in the building. Now he got pinned by Drew Gulak, who won it on Monday Night Raw last week, but then lost it to R-Truth again. It happened, and then he lost it to R-Truth yet again last night. So, yeah, it's the same thing happens twice in 2 weeks for Drew Gulak, and also looks like he could be another one that could be really praying to steal the 24/7 championship off R-Truth. And also last night we understand that Ruby Riott, she suffered a really bad injury after the match after the match, it was straight to the trainer's room for Ruby Riott, and apparently we have not heard word on what happened after the match and what the trainer and Ruby Riott have been able to see, or what they've been able to find in occurrence to that injury. We'll just have to wait and see what is going to be happening with Ruby Riott, so we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. And then the main event last night, again, that match, simply incredible. The match between the Street Profits and Drew McIntyre, between against Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, who last week, if you recall, Robert Roode, he lost the match to Drew McIntyre, so Drew McIntyre was still the WWE champion. So yeah, so they had a match last night which saw something very, very shocking. Drew McIntyre getting pinned by Randy Orton. So could it have an effect on the match at Hell in a Cell? Could this mean that Drew McIntyre might lose his WWE Championship to Randy Orton? Or will it mean that Randy Orton will lose yet again another match against Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre will retain the WWE Championship? And we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. So, yeah. Now Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. Now, recently they arrived on Monday Night Raw from SmackDown. And, yeah, last week they got to a really good start, beating Lana and Natalya for their first win on Monday Night Raw. And they faced the same opponents again, but this time they weren't alone. It was a 6-women tag team match, and they also had the Empress of Tomorrow with them, Asuka, and those three were facing Zelina Vega, who last week unfortunately failed to beat Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship, and also had another defeat at Clash of Champions. So it was 2 defeats in a row for Zelina Vega against the Empress of Tomorrow. So yeah, really, really interesting stuff there. And yet again, Asuka, Zelina Vega, I think that storyline could carry on for a few weeks and possibly months. But yet again, Asuka got the better of Zelina, and also Dana and Mandy getting another win over Natalya and Lana, their second win in a row for those two. So well done to them. But also another shocking thing that happened last night is an incident between the Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins and his disciple Murphy. Now, Seth Rollins, as you recall, during the show, he gave Murphy an hour to apologise to him, but Murphy refused to apologise to the Monday Night Messiah and then attacked the Monday Night Messiah, and after so many weeks of those two doing so much damage to other superstars, looks like it was Murphy's turn to get revenge on Seth Rollins. Well, we know those two have had a bit of a rough time lately, especially after what happened last week with Seth Rollins revealing Murphy's text to Rey Mysterio's daughter Aaliyah. So yeah, Murphy was not pleased about what the Monday Night Messiah did last week. So yeah, those two have had a really rocky time of late, and I think it all started at the SummerSlam pay-per-view, or it may have been on an edition of Monday Night Raw, where Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio, they were in a steel cage match, and Murphy tried to close the door on Dominic Mysterio, but got Seth Rollins instead. Now, these two, I think those two are really going to have a big storyline. So what's going to happen with them now? I mean, are they going to break up and then have some big match where it be Monday Night Messiah versus Disciple, or what? We'll just have to wait and see how this storyline goes between Seth Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah, and his disciple Murphy. But Murphy, after all these weeks, finally turning on Seth Rollins. Good for him. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you all very much for watching. Please do like this video and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.